Today, I want to take you through some rare footage buried in the Epstein files and an absolutely insane conspiracy getting traction on the internet. Let's get right into it. Now, as you may be aware, we have been thoroughly combing through the recently released 3 million pages of the Epstein files so you don't have to. I want to show you some of the videos we have found that caught our attention, like this one of what appears to be an older man in a blue sweater and 3 other people, one of them redacted, watching presumably a woman dancing. Now, these 2 people have been redacted by the DOJ to protect their identity. We've replaced the music for copyright purposes, but other than that, this video is unchanged. Take a look. Now, we've played a couple of clips in the past videos from an interview Steve Bannon did with Jeffrey Epstein sometime in 2019, but we took the time to go through the nearly 2-hour interview and pull the footage that you may have never seen before. Remember, this is a video that was allegedly intended to help rehabilitate Jeffrey Epstein's image. In one question, Bannon asks Epstein about Wall Street. Roll the clip.
First got on the trading desk at Bear Stearns in the late 70s or mid 70s. Were you shocked by how little actual understanding of mathematics that the traders comprehended?
Yeah, well, again, we had a Texas Instrument calculator. Most stockbrokers, especially before 1975, if they were good stockbrokers, could add. That's about it. They could multiply. If you could multiply, you were already in the top 15% of stockbrokers. Stockbrokers.
r/conspiracy going crazy over Gizzy. Ghislaine Maxwell. Okay, let me pull this up and find it. So, this is the conspiracy post we got going on here. Let me see how I pull it up. So, they think it's a different person. Is that it? This is not a same person. So, people think it's a different guy.
It is.
Or a different person.
A different guy. A different girl. That is not Ghislaine Maxwell. It's not. It's not. Whoops. Well, I'm not even subscribed to his channel. But I managed that. I must have been unsubscribed. I'm definitely subscribed to his channel.
r/conspiracy going crazy over Gizzy. Ghislaine Maxwell. Okay, let me pull this up and find it. So, this is the conspiracy post we got going on here. Let me see how I pull it up. So they think it's a different person. Is that it? This is not a same person. So people think it's a different guy or a different person. I mean, okay, let me see where the other image is. Yeah, here's another one right here. So they think this is a different Ghislaine Maxwell. As a portrait artist, here are the different facial features that I noticed in Ghislaine Maxwell's 2026 appearance. So eyebrow shape looks different. Eyelids should sag more over time, especially since Ghislaine had hooded eyelids.
Oh my
now
God.
she has a double eyelid. Note possible with surgery. Yeah, but how could she have gotten surgery if she was there? Noses do get bigger in old age and with menopause, but it looks completely different than the original. It's also more of a button nose, which is wider and shorter. This is not logical for cosmetic surgery / rhinoplasty. That's a nose job. And
hormonal changes, a few inconsistencies.
That is so fucked up.
I don't know about that. Her mouth is wider and the distance between smile lines. Her lips are also more defined, sharp, and flat. This could be a result of stopping lip filler. Her chin is also widely different in a way that no plastic surgeon would do. The position of her chin or prominent chin bone moves up a centimeter, which is part of the skull shape. What the fuck? So they think this is a fake. This is the fake one? What the hell is this? I don't know if this is real or not, guys. I'm not
sure. Oh, here we go. Looks the same? Yeah, definitely. Is it the same person? I mean, if I can just pull this back, like, I mean, I mean, I'm not convinced by this. I'm gonna be honest. Like, this does not convince me. Like, this one, I think it's really the nose, in my opinion.
You're not convinced by that?
The nose does kind of shift things, but like, here's the other issue I have, right? Is that if I pull this up,
I'm convinced by it.
Well, if you look at the way a person's face looks with different camera lenses, it's going to be way different, right? And so, like, and I've showed this before, is that you have people with different camera lenses and they do look different.
No, don't step on my...
This before, is that you have people with different camera lenses and they do look different. But, like, here's the difference to me, though, right? Because, like, you look at this, is that in every single one of these, except for that, he's looking down in that one, so it's a little bit different. But, like, with none of these, the nose is not, it just doesn't look that same way, right? I mean, like, damn. I don't know, guys. Like, I asked Grok to analyze the photos. I mean, I don't think it's really going to do that. You want me to be honest? Like, I could do it and just see what happens, but I really don't think it's going to go anywhere. And so I'm going to go and say, Super Grok. Where is it here? Where's the image of this bitch? Where the fuck was it? God damn it. Okay, alright, I'll do it like this, it's fine. Okay, let me go and just pull this up. MS Paint, nope, wrong one. MS Paint. Alright, no, we'll try it out. No, it's alright, it's alright. Let me black this out too real quick because it might confuse it with this right here. Okay, because it might, you know, like, it's the AI, right? And so save, ghislaine. Who cares? Okay, yeah, so there we go. All right, so I'll try it out. We'll see what happens, okay? We're going to get into this. We're going to figure it out. So where is this bitch? Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Okay. All right. Analyze this photo and tell me the differences between these two people. Okay. All right, we're gonna figure it out. We're gonna figure it out right now. Let's go. Because I'm predicating it on it being two different people. So if it catches me, then that means it's probably fake. Nothing in image, explicit ID, complicating direct tool access. Uh-oh. And so we're gonna figure it out. Grok sucks at this? It might, but we're gonna figure it out because the AI will know this. This is why it's smart. It can do this stuff. Look at the missing tattoo on Epstein. I already saw that, the one on his arm. Yeah, I already went through all that. I've seen a lot of these already. Like, y'all need to keep in mind that, like, I mean, I do see the shit on, like, all the crazy stuff that's going on. I see a lot of it, okay? So let me go and find this here. Her glasses make this one look bigger with the lenses. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna just see what it says, though. And that's what really matters. You need to use Gemini at the same time with the same question. You think I should try that, too? Okay. All right, I'm gonna do it. Give me a minute. I'm gonna do it with the Gemini, too. Gemini, ask it. What the fuck is this? Not now. Not now. Like, not now. Okay, analyze the photo. Upload the photo. There's the photo. Okay. And I'm gonna have it be thinking. Yeah, I'm gonna put it on thinking mode. Upload. Okay, so this is what it says. Two individuals' faces with red rectangular boxes highlighting specific facial features. It appears to be a screenshot frame from a graphic. I'll tell you the two differences. Key differences: gender presentation, age appearance, facial expression, hair, and grooming. The comparison might be from a video or a meme. And the two people seem distinct individuals rather than the same person at different times. Man. So even the AI says it. That's a lot. Holy shit. So the AI even said, so they look East Asian? Yeah, look at this. So this comparison may be from a video or a meme, but based solely on the photo, the two people seem distinct individuals rather than the same person at different times. What is the...
Like, that is insane. It's insane.
Likelihood that they are two different people. Give me a percentage. 90, wait, key factors that make them very likely two different people. I'd estimate over 95% probability that they are distinct individuals, not the same person.
Not the same person.
Oh my God. Gentlemen, we gotta shut this AI shit down, okay? Like, bro, it's poking holes in all these stories and all these narratives. This is bad. And they cloning people over here? Yeah, so what did Gemini say? Wait, okay. So does it say it's two different people? Of two individuals. Wait, even Gemini says this too. Wait a minute. How certain are you that they are two different people?
Wow.
Okay. What does it say? What's it going to say? It's not her, bro. No, give it a minute. Give it a minute. This is important. In the world of facial analysis, there is a distinct difference between look-alike and biometric match. While I can't provide a forensic grade guarantee of 100%, the anatomical markers in these two photos lean heavily towards them being different individuals. If I were a betting AI, I'd say they were different people. Man.
If I were a betting AI,
man, so you got both of the AIs agreeing with each other that this is. Oh my God, I don't even know what to say now. And so, is it that puts it on call sheet? Yeah, fucking say you're not suicidal. I am not suicidal. I am not. And this is both AIs. This is with Grok AI and with Gemini and people that are on. And by the way, this doesn't mean it's a different person, right? It doesn't mean that. But like, it is really crazy that this is happening, right?
What does it mean?
Now do you reverse psychology and say they're the same? Well, I don't know about that.
What do you mean it doesn't mean those are different people? Anyone with two eyes in their head can see those are two different people. Oh, man. But, like, what are we going to do about it? You know? What are we going to do about it?
And LLMs are extremely good. What is this here? Extremely good at pattern detection like this? Yeah, I mean, maybe, right? But I mean, I could see the pattern being created by a lens type rather than anything else. So it's just hard for me to know what to go off of. I just came in late. What are we on about? So basically, the woman who came in and testified as Ghislaine Maxwell might actually not be Ghislaine Maxwell. It might be somebody different. Now, how do we know that? Because there's a post about it on Reddit that says they're different, and there's two AIs that also say they're different. The Google AI says they're different, and Grok AI says they're different. Man, I don't know what to say. How about voice analysis? Well, she doesn't really say enough in order to probably go off of that. She has said the same thing multiple times.
She says,
so,
I plead the fifth.
Yeah, why are you calling just... Because I don't give a fuck about her name. That's the reason why. And I think it's funny. So, could the AI detect the difference in her...
As much as I would love to answer that question, my lawyer has advised me that I am to plead the fifth until Donald Trump gives me a pardon. And then after that, I will tell you all how innocent Donald Trump and President Bill Clinton really are.
in her voice if we have the clip. I have no idea. Search up photos of pregnancy nose. Menopause is the same for similar people. Well, they already talked about that though, right? Because like the noses do get bigger with old age and menopause. So it was already discussed. So I don't know really what we're talking about here. We already looked at that. Is it just me or does she kind of look like Mike Myers in the second image?
What a
so you think that they had Mike Myers come in and pretend to be her because he's an actor? Oh, that could be it. That's a good point. You're right. And it's kind of crazy, but lately I've developed the fear that any conspiracy theory isn't as crazy as the flat earth that might actually be true. Well, that's going to be the really big one. When we find out that we actually are on the firmament, the flat earth is real, the globetards were all wrong, Galileo was being paid by the lizards, and everybody else before and after him was in on it as well. You know, that Greek guy with those sticks? Yep, they came down and they even talked to him. Or maybe he didn't even exist, you know? They made that up in order to create a, you know, a pattern, right? And And it's globe maxing the Argonians, yes. And what is this
pissing
here?
on
Look
us
at the
and
latest
telling us
post
it's
on that
raining,
subreddit.
so we
The
don't
latest
even
post
know
on the
anymore.
conspiracy
We
subreddit.
don't
Oh
fucking
God. Okay, let me see if I can find them. I've got to probably gonna look at that off camera, right? Very clearly. And DOG threatens AI firm with punishment for resisting its use of AI tech for war. I don't know really what that is. It's some other. Kim Kardashian is a trans female. Guys, is this true? Favorite piece of art within hidden messages. Iran war started soon. Timing is really Trump administration won't unredact the files.
Crazy.
I need help identifying these people. These are just two random ass people. Oh my God, Gestapo Maxstein. Man, how about that? Well, anyway, it seems like there's not really a lot to go off of here. Sorry to say. Check her side profile and the nose don't match at all. I mean, I don't know, guys. It could be a lot of different reasons. I mean, I'm not really completely convinced, right? I like fucking around and talking about this stuff, but like on a personal level, like seriously.
The guy that just bought Epstein's ranch.
All right, guys, so we have a bit of a bombshell Epstein update here. Take a look at this from the Daily Beast. A MAGA candidate is outed as the new owner of Epstein's famous Zorro Ranch, which, funny enough, might even be his most evil property. I know people think of the island as the most evil. This Zorro Ranch one might be the most evil and the most disturbing, okay? Several Epstein survivors have said they suffered abuse at the sprawling ranch. A Trump devotee running for Texas comptroller.
They literally need to get cadaver dogs and fucking... They need to get over there and search that property. For real, like now, like last year, like it's such a corrupt. Our government is so fucking dirty and so corrupt at this point. It's disgusting to even like talk about because it's so fucking it's just disturbing. It's disturbing beyond belief. I never thought that. I don't know. I'm glad my eyes are open, but everything was a lot easier when they were closed. It's a sad world we're living in.
Controller purchased Jeffrey Epstein's secluded desert ranch in New Mexico, where multiple survivors said they were abused by the late sex offender. Records obtained by the Santa Fe New Mexican revealed that businessman Don Huffines, 67, bought Epstein's infamous Zorro Ranch in Santa Fe County years after the disgraced financier's death. The sprawling property with a 26,700 square foot hilltop mansion was sold for an undisclosed amount in 2023 to San Rafael Ranch LLC, which the New Mexican tied to Huffines and his family through public records requests. The property was valued at $27.5 million when it was first listed for sale in July 2021, 2 years after Epstein took his own life at a New York correctional facility. So the fact that this is an important point, guys. The fact that they bought it with an LLC means they were trying to hide that they were the ones buying it. Okay? Gee, I wonder why they would try to hide that they're buying a notorious pedophile ranch, which... More on the crimes there in a minute. Look how big this thing is, too, by the way. Look how big and disturbing this is. Remember, in the Epstein files, we learned that while Epstein was in prison, he won, like, the New Mexico lottery. You remember that? It was like 80 million or some shit like that. Which goes to, I mean, it seems like he had New Mexico politicians in the palm of his hand. In his, you know. It seemed like they were super close and they were bought off.
This guy's apparently running for
More
something.
said in a statement. Finds...
He's creepy looking. Look at that face. Look at him. What the fuck? He's Trump endorsed. But he's with Jeffrey Epstein, probably.
Exploding the debt and the deficit. He's gutting healthcare for working people and giving all the money to the billionaire class, to the Epstein class. Oh my God. He has a proven record of fighting for taxpayers, standing with President Trump and leading with courage when it matters most. Epstein purchased the Zorro Ranch in 1993 from former New Mexico Governor Bruce King. The notorious pedophile once confided to scientists that he wanted to spread his DNA across the human race by impregnating women.
Here's the interesting part. Okay, there were only 4 Republicans, only 4 of us that signed that discharge petition. Thomas Massey, myself, Lauren Boebert, and Nancy Mace. Now, what was happening in the background for months leading up to when we finally got it released is we were getting pressure from the White House. We were getting pressure from the Speaker. do not take your name off this discharge petition. And we're like, why? We're talking about the Epstein files. This is the ultimate promise. This is the ultimate way to provide transparency. This is the ultimate way to take it to the deep state and expose a whole criminal cabal of rich, powerful elites that I believe control everything. And guess what? Come to find out, they do.
They do.
And so we're like, why? So in the meantime, President Trump is calling it Epstein, the whole thing a hoax. Yeah. He's calling it a Democrat hoax. He won't have anything to do with the women. He still refuses to have anything to do with these women. So this whole...
Still refuses to meet with these Epstein survivors. Like, how dare him? How fucking dare him? What a disgrace. What a fucking disgrace. If that ain't someone who's guilty, what the fuck are you telling me? Really? If that ain't someone who's guilty, then you're a fucking moron. Fucking bullshit.
Whole thing is building. The women are saying President Trump did nothing wrong. They still say this. President Trump did nothing wrong.
I know.
Their attorney says Donald Trump's the only one that helped us. And guess what? That came out in the Epstein files. That he reported Jeffrey Epstein.
Yep.
So but Donald Trump is fighting it. President Trump is fighting it. President Trump is yelling at me. The White House is putting pressure on Nancy Mace. They take Lauren Boebert in a skiff. I don't even know what they said to her in there. They are attacking Thomas Massie, nonstop attacking Thomas Massie. And then one day I get a phone call from the president in September, and he is so mad at me. And he's yelling at me, and he's angry at me, and the fact that he's like, you're supporting Rand Paul Jr., and he's chewing me out for signing my name on Thomas Massie's discharge petition to release the Epstein files. And I'm trying to tell him, Mr. President, they say you did nothing wrong. Right. This needs to come out. Right. And so we're having this argument.
It doesn't say he did nothing wrong. First of all, it doesn't say he did nothing wrong. What it says is they don't have any corroborating evidence to prove he's guilty of doing any crime, committing any sexual crimes against these women. There's nothing saying that we actually investigated it and come to a conclusion that there's nothing credible here to charge him with any criminal wrongdoings. But instead it says all this stuff was reported, but there was no corroborating evidence to really even look into it or open a case. That's what it says. It says Trump reported the Epstein to the police after the fact of Jeffrey Epstein, already known as being a child toucher. So let's get that straight. It doesn't exonerate Donald Trump by any means at all. It actually, the letter that what he writes to the law enforcement people that he reported Jeffrey Epstein to, supposedly, it actually says that, like, we all know that we all knew what's going on. We all know what's going on. We all know he's been doing this for however long. And you really need to keep your eye out on Ghislaine Maxwell. She's evil. That's what it says. So he's admitting that he knew what was happening. He's admitting that all kinds of people knew what was happening. So, by all means, that doesn't exonerate him at all.
On this phone
at
call,
all. And now he's completely still covering up, actively covering it all up.
That's it.
That was Marjorie Taylor Greene telling all about the ways in which this...
Who knows what's actually in the redacted stuff? How many times his name is mentioned in the redacted stuff? Because Jamie Raskin said the other day, I believe, that Trump's name is mentioned up to 1 million times in the redacted ones. Okay? So...
administration is fighting not to keep their campaign promise of releasing the Epstein files, but the express opposite. Trump is quite literally fighting to ensure that these files never get released. And here we have Marjorie Taylor Greene, who, to be clear, I am no fan of, but she has no reason to lie about her interaction with Trump. She was his most vocal supporter. Her brand was literally him. If anyone is willing to give Donald Trump the benefit of the doubt, it's Marjorie Taylor Greene. And yet even she confesses here that Trump's priority is protecting his friends contained within these files. And look, this is part of the Trump con. He cosplays as a populist, as some working class champion, but this guy...
Based on what's been uncovered in the Epstein files, we have to talk about Ivanka Trump's very dark past with Donald Trump and Trump's very dark past with Ivanka Trump. Let's just get into it. You see this photo right here. It's Donald Trump, Jeffrey Epstein, Ivanka, Eric Trump, and a guy named John Casablancas. Here's another photo of Donald Trump and John Casablancas. Here's Donald Trump with Ivanka when she's a little girl, and they're going to one of Donald Trump's beauty pageants, the Look of the Year competition. There's photos of her sitting on his lap when that took place. Donald Trump was apparently out there partying with young girls on a yacht during that Look of the Year competition. Here's other photos of Donald Trump and Ivanka. Donald Trump got Ivanka a job at John Casablancas' company, Elite Modeled Management. That's who Donald Trump did these beauty pageants with at the Plaza Hotel and elsewhere. Who is John Casablancas? It gets very dark. It gets very disgusting. John Casablancas was a pedo, and he was someone who referred to little
escort her around everywhere and have your hands all over her. Tell me that's normal. No.
girls as his little children women, and he would sexually assault young girls a lot, little girls, children. He would say that he was dating girls when they were 15 years old. He married an underage girl and would sexually assault young girls. He was sued for engaging in horrific acts and inducing abortions of underage girls who he got intoxicated and then had then raped. He died when he was 70 years old of cancer in 2013, and he has connections with Jeffrey Epstein. Here's a lawsuit that was filed against him and Epstein. Here's how it describes, according to a law.
Now I recognize the gentleman from California, Mr. Liu.
Thank you, Attorney General Bondi, for being here today. I'm going to show you two photos.
Thank you.
I'm going to show you two photos of former Prince Andrew. Prince Andrew attended various parties with Jeffrey Epstein. Under the law Congress passed, you were allowed to redact photos to protect the victims of Epstein's sex trafficking operation. You redacted the photos of this victim's face because you were following the congressional law. Is that correct?
I'm sorry, that we redacted the victim's
Because you were
face?
following the congressional law, correct?
Yes.
Okay. You have now established that please put the photos back up, that we are looking at a sex trafficking victim. Under the Federal Victims Trafficking Protection Act, not only is Jeffrey Epstein guilty, but anyone who patronizes Epstein's sex operation is also guilty of a crime. That's why I find it absolutely despicable that you sought to protect Epstein's clients, like former Prince Andrew. Last July, you closed the case on Epstein's abusers. The July 2025 memo from your Department of Justice stated, quote, "We did not uncover evidence that could predicate an investigation against uncharged third parties." These two photos, please put the photos back up. These two photos staring you in the face are evidence of a crime and more than enough evidence to predicate an investigation against former Prince Andrew. So I ask you, Attorney General Pam Bondi, why did you shut down this investigation last July, and why have you not prosecuted former Prince Andrew?
I don't believe you asked Merrick Garland these questions when he was Attorney General and set before.
I agree with you.
You twice.
I'm reclaiming my time. I agree with you. I agree with you. During the Biden administration,
I love it.
I called
He agrees with her.
for people looking at Epstein files. Merrick Garland dropped the ball, as did Attorney General Bill Barr, as did Alex Acosta, a whole string of failures. But you
you're in
are in
control now,
charge.
bitch.
You have the power to change things, to hold these men accountable, and you're doing the opposite. You're protecting them. So I want to move on to another man.
Can I answer
Donald
that,
Trump.
though?
I want to move on to another
Can I
question.
answer your question about protecting
You answered the question.
You're saying no. I love this.
I want to
You're not
discuss
gonna answer it
another man,
anyway.
Donald Trump, who is all over the Epstein files, like former Prince. Here's a video. Like former Prince Andrew, Donald Trump attended various parties with Jeffrey Epstein. I want to know, were there any underage girls at that party or at any party that Trump attended with Jeffrey Epstein?
Let's see how she answers this one.
This is so ridiculous, and that they are trying to deflect from all the great things Donald Trump has done. There is no evidence that Donald Trump has committed a crime. Everyone knows that. This has been the most transparent presidency. He's the one that asked that those files
I'm reclaiming my time. I got your answer. You said there's no evidence.
Trump asked
Chairman, please stop the clock.
Please stop the clock. The legislation. This is
time belongs to the gentleman from California.
Okay.
Bitch, you're ridiculous.
I'm going to put up another document from a witness who called the FBI's National Threat Operations Center, because I believe you just lied under oath. There is ample evidence in the Epstein file.
Don't you ever accuse me of a crime.
I believe you just lied under oath, and this is all on videotape. You said there's no evidence of crime. I'm showing you. Here is a witness statement who called into the FBI's Threat Operations Center.
Listen to this.
He drove Donald Trump around in a limo.
This is the
He
craziest
overheard what Donald Trump said to Jeffrey on his cell phone. He was so angry, he was going to stop a limo and hurt Donald Trump. And he met a girl who said she was raped by Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein. She later had her head blown off, and officers at the scene said that could not have been suicide. No one at the Department of Justice interviewed this witness. You need to interview this witness immediately.
Complicate things for Donald Trump.
Epstein should rot in hell. So should the men.
That would complicate things way too much for Donald Trump. Why would they look into it, Ted Lieu? What is wrong with you? Don't you know the Dow is at 50,000? Don't you know the Dow is at 50,000? What is wrong with you people? This is a joke. I can't believe the way she even he asked her a question and she just sits there. She's completely fucking brain dead looking and numb, just looking at you like, this is a joke. Are you kidding me? How come Merrick Garland didn't do anything about it when he was in charge? How come we're not talking about how amazing Donald Trump is? How come we're not talking about everything being so great and affordable right now? How come we're not talking about all the wars Donald Trump has stopped? How come we're not talking about how great this president is? And how he's the most transparent president we've ever had? How come we are not talking about how great Donald Trump is? It's fucking disgusting. I can't even believe it. I can't believe these fucking people are like this.
And who patronized this operation. And as we sit here today, there are over 1,000 sex trafficking victims.
Sick.
And you have not held a single man accountable. Shame on you. If you had any decency, you would resign right after this hearing concludes.
The gentleman has expired.
Fucking right. Fucking right. If she was any kind of if there was any human inside of her, she would have resigned after that. That was fucking humiliating for her.
May I respond?
Unbelievable.
Yeah, I don't know how you respond.
I did not ask a question, Ms.
He
You're allowed to.
I did not ask a crime in California. He does not want to talk about
I did not ask a
crime
question.
in his state.
You can't just ad-lib stuff. I did not ask a question.
Meeting will be in order. The gentleman has yielded back his time.
Fuck up, Jim Jordan. I didn't see this one.
Quote,
this guy question
if you come for law enforcement,
I got so pissed.
the Trump administration will...
I got so mad watching it, I had to shut it off. It was infuriating. It was infuriating to fucking watch.
come for you, end quote. I want to show you just a brief video. It's about 30 seconds, and I'll ask you a couple questions about it.
You guys are disgusting, man. Hey, you guys are disgusting. I'm former law enforcement. You're disgusting. You are the Nazi. You are the Gestapo. You can't see it because you're chasing your pension, right? Pension. Your retirement, right? That's what runs your life, your retirement. The sad thing is they're not even going to get their pension because it's going to be worthless. And shame on you. Shame on you. Shame on you. Yeah. Fuck that. Yeah.
Attorney General Bondi, that man works for you now, right?
Who was that, Congresswoman?
The man in that video, the one who was in the police-worn body cam footage, the one allegedly yelling "kill him" at police officers on January 6th, his name is Jared Wise.
He does work for us.
He works for you at the Department of
he
Justice.
He does.
This is an individual whom a federal grand jury indicted for 2 felonies and 4 misdemeanors related to his participation in the attack on January 6th. One of those charges was forcibly assaulting, resisting, opposing, impeding, intimidating, and interfering with police with the intent to commit another felony. This is who you choose as the Chief Law Enforcement Officer of the United States of America to hire at the Department of Justice. Someone on video yelling "kill him" at police officers? Right?
I believe he was pardoned by President Trump.
Oh, he was pardoned. You're right. You're right. Pardoned by President Trump.
I agreed with what they did on January 6th. I think it was a Fed direction all the way. I was a Trump supporter up until about, I don't know, I would say before they killed Charlie, but it was, since Charlie's been gone, I absolutely 100% absolutely refuse to. When Trump started talking about, we still talking about Jeffrey Epstein, and then when he said it was nothing to even see, it was just boring stuff. Do you remember that? Do you remember when Trump said it? Nothing to see in those files. It's all just pretty boring stuff. Hello?
His offense, pardoned for yelling "kill him" at police officers. And yet you expect hardworking police officers across the country to believe that you take law enforcement seriously. You could imagine the reaction of so many folks across the country hearing the Chief Law Enforcement Officer of the United States refuse
no,
even condemn what that individual whom you've now hired
You're such a bully, Marty.
did. But in any event, let's talk a little bit about some of the other divisions within the Department of Justice and what's happened over the last year. You're familiar with the Public Integrity section of the DOJ's criminal division. I think it's referred to as PIN.
She's old.
Is that
Leave
right?
her alone. Yes.
Okay. Do you know which presidential administration under which the PIN was first created?
I can tell you what administration that the weaponization was ended under.
I'll reclaim my time. This wasn't a trick question.
You don't get to
Madam Attorney
reclaim
General.
your time.
Madam Attorney General,
because I don't like it.
Mr. Chairman,
I don't
will you explain to
answer
the witness that
questions the way
he
you like
does
it.
reclaim his time?
Because I don't answer a question to your satisfaction.
Mr. Chairman.
Madam Attorney General, the time belongs to the gentleman from Colorado.
The president under which PIN was created was Gerald Ford. It was created after Watergate. I'm not asking a question, Madam Attorney General. The administration under which it was created was Gerald Ford. When you first started as the Attorney General of the United States, there were 35 people working in that office. There are now 2 people working in that office because you have gutted it. How many people work for the National Cryptocurrency Enforcement Team in the criminal division today?
Can I answer the question about PIN?
I've asked you a question. How many
You've
people
asked
work?
me a question, but you don't
How
want
many
the
people
answer.
work
I'm not
for the
gonna answer your
National
questions the way you
Cryptocurrency
want.
Enforcement Team? You won't answer how many
I'll
people?
answer PIN.
You.
PIN will not be
you know what?
weaponized.
You know what?
What's
Madam
funny
Attorney
about
General,
this?
I'll say to the chairman.
What's funny about this?
Chairman, you know what the answer is, and I think I understand
funny
why the
about
Attorney General
this?
does not want to answer the question, because you eliminated the National Cryptocurrency Enforcement Team last year. So I understand why you don't want to tell the American people who works there.
Yeah, I
no one
understand
works
why
there
you don't want to
anymore,
talk about
Madam
Mohammed
Attorney General.
Solomon in
So,
your district.
In any event,
who
I would
murdered people.
Mr. Chairman, will you stop the clock so his time is not wasted by the witness?
I've been very generous with allowing extra time.
How about we talk about the people in the files that murdered people, Pam Bondi? You stupid fucking bitch. How dare you even act the way you do? Like, there's nothing to see here. Fucking arrogant, ignorant, fucking cunt.
When we have these little disputes.
I understand.
You got the time.
I might as well ask the chairman these questions.
I'd be happy
because
to answer
what
some
is
of your questions.
what's profound, the questions I've
Profound?
asked,
The crime in your
I've
district.
asked, Mr. Chairman, are not trick questions. They're not gotcha questions. They're actually basic questions about how the Department of Justice functions and the unwillingness of this Attorney General to answer them in good faith. When a member of Congress asks how many people work at the National Cryptocurrency Enforcement Team and the Attorney General refuses to answer it, it is not a coincidence. It's because she eliminated the team. Why? Because her boss, the President of the United States, is making money hand over fist, $1.4 billion over the course of the last year through cryptocurrency holdings. I think what is happening at the Department of Justice is a disgrace, Mr. Chairman.
I agree.
And I would urge you
100%.
to gain control of this hearing. With that, I yield back the balance of my time.
Yeah. I would ask the gentleman, does he agree with the standing up of the Deputy Attorney General for dealing with fraud? That's something that's happened in this administration. First time. You talked about Penn.
Listen to him.
That happened with this Justice Department.
We're talking about this committee.
Mr. Chairman, had you answered the question, had the Attorney General answered the question in that way, perhaps this hearing would have some modicum of resembling something that has typically been fairly conventional, an oversight hearing of the Department of Justice.
The gentleman's
That is
time
not
has expired. The gentlelady from Wyoming.
Okay, but it wasn't your time to speak either, Jim Jordan. For you to even